It has become a human flood, a stunning horror story of the exodus of refugees from Vietnam. And nowhere is the tragedy more poignant than on a remote hump of land off the coast of Malaysia known simply as the island. It is on the island that thousands of the boat people who fled Vietnam are now struggling to stay alive. The journey to Malaysia took 10 days or more in leaking, decrepit fishing craft with little food, little water, and no sanitation for the men, women, and children fleeing the communist regime that rules their country. And after those 10 harrowing days at sea, they are confronted now by a Malaysian government that doesn't want them. An official there was quoted this past week as threatening to shoot them. In any case, many new arrivals are now being loaded back onto boats and towed out into international waters. It has been estimated that in the coming months, 500,000 boat people are likely to die at sea. But even for those who make it to shore, the ordeal that awaits them is a harrowing one. To tell their story, Ed Bradley went to Malaysia last December. What follows is an excerpt from his CBS Reports broadcast, The Boat People.
At first, it's hard to make out. A speck on the horizon. You take a closer look. A boat, a flag, an arm waving. A crowd gathers along the beach. This is the east coast of Malaysia, final destination, thousands of refugees fleeing Vietnam. Many don't make it this far. They're attacked by pirates, drown, or starve to death. These have made it. But will the Malaysian police turn them away? Or will they be stoned by local villagers? The crowd waits to see how many will survive this time. Only a few fishermen helped the boat people ashore. We joined in. As far as we could tell, no one drowned coming ashore.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And just for that, some were grateful.
Thank you, number one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very, very much, thank you very much.
For this old man, it was his last journey. A few minutes later, he died. But for the others, it was just the beginning of another trip, one more uncertain and now more dangerous. It begins on a boat to the island. The island. From a distance, visions of a tropical paradise 30 miles out in the South China Sea. By fishing boat, it takes 2.5 hours to reach Pulau Bedong from the Malaysian mainland. But during this monsoon season, there are often stretches of several days when you just can't get to the island. Last August, Pulau Bedong was uninhabited. Now, there are more than 23,000 boat people living here, living in a makeshift shanty town, a collection of shacks and tents piled on top of each other. No photographs had ever been taken here. No film crew permitted on the island. Ours was the first. We arrived early in the afternoon with a representative of the United Nations. Each refugee will tell their story over and over again. First to a UN representative, later to delegations from different countries that might be willing to accept them. Most we met want to go to the United States. This family's boat was attacked by pirates from Thailand, an all too familiar story for many of the boat people.
Your boat was attacked by Thai pirates, is that right?
Now, left, I had 2 children, and my sister-in-law had 4 children there, but now no father.
Một cái tàu này chết 20 mấy người đó, tôi con nó chết.
Our 4 sons were killed by the pirates.
They were killed by, they were tied?
Yeah, they were tied, hand tied, and killed by the giết đâm hả sao?
Nó bắn nữa, những cái thái con này ăn bắn rồi cái này.
Yeah.
Cắt tay nữa, có đứa con trai.
Yeah, they were killed by.
They killed by knife.
By knife.
And they tried to cut my mother's son the ear and kill, and they threw in the sea.
20 people were killed, another 15 wounded. 2 16-year-old girls were raped. Except for what they wore, all of their clothes were taken, as well as the rest of their possessions. This woman had worked at the American PX in Saigon for 7 years.
What is she going to do now? What does she want to do?
Bây giờ chị yêu cầu các ông giúp đỡ cho tôi. Theo em dâu đi Mỹ.
Now that her husband is killed, he's just so alone. So
Nhỏ thì còn nhỏ quá.
She has no one but her children.
all her children are still too small and too young.
Mà thì thằng con này với cái con này á thì họ ở Việt Nam á, tụi nó đã học đường. Cái con cái
She would
thằng
like to
này
go to USA.
And she needs your help to take her and her family with her mother and her sister-in-law to the States.
Before the day is over, another 100 refugees have been interviewed who want to make the U.S. their new home. As night settles in, a Malaysian gunboat circles the island. While on shore, people write letters to friends and relatives, letting them know where they are and pleading for help. Over the camp loudspeaker, a list of names was being announced. Mail call, their most important link with the outside world. The UN representative, Alan Lindquist, a young American from Seattle, turned over the rest of the mail he'd brought with him and picked up the outgoing mail.
Oh my goodness. We haven't been here for a long time. So all of this is going out.
There have been few answers to the letters written by these refugees. They think the Malaysians just don't mail them. So they saw us as a way to guarantee delivery. Ohio, Panama, Pomona, California. Hong Kong, huh? San Francisco. Okay.
Don't help me.
They all have address?
Yes.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. Texas, New Zealand, McLean, Virginia, Tulsa, Oklahoma. What happened with this woman?
This woman said that she has no dress and no money, and the weather now is very cold. She wants to meet her daughter and son in India and then go to America.
Ask her why she wants to go to the United States.
Working ở Việt Nam đấy.
She said that in Vietnam the life is very hard, so that she wants to go America. Because in Vietnam we have no free.
No freedom?
Yes.
She thinks she will be free in the United States?
Maybe, sir.
What does she say?
She says she wants to meet her son.
Has she talked to the man from the United Nations?
No. She do not know how to talk with.
She should talk to him next.
No.
Alan? This is a woman who has only the clothes on her back. She has children, I think, in India, she says. What's the future for her? What's the outlook for her? How much time will she have to spend in this camp?
Now, most of the national delegations that are accepting people, even after they've accepted them, there is 4, 5, 6 months waiting. So we can't promise anyone that they'll be off here very quickly.
She could be here for a year.
That's right. I'm afraid that's true.
Ah, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, hello, sir.
Hello.
Will you kindly to send this letter for me, please?
To
France.
France?
Okay.
You have these relatives?
Yes, I
Your
have
relatives in France?
Okay.
Is that where you want to go?
I want to go to the America.
You want to go to America?
Okay.
Do you have relatives in America?
Yes, I have my aunt.
Where does she live?
She lives in New York.
In New York City.
Excuse me, do you inform my sister? And,
For your sister?
Yeah, my sister.
Your sister's in San Diego?
Yeah, San Diego. And my
Okay,
brother.
I'll take these letters for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
Good. This water just runs out, huh? You drink this water?
Yes, Jim.
But it smells.
Yeah.
This you showed me before is this is your medicine chest. This is all of the medicine you have. Over 22,000 people, and this is it. For 22,000 people. A few jars of pills. It's not enough. What do you have in here? Acupuncture. Do you treat many patients this way with acupuncture?
We don't have an analgesic, don't have any drug to relieve the pain. And
you have many women who are pregnant too.
Yes,
huh?
we have many delivery here, sir. Many deliveries.
How many children have been born in the camp?
Right now about 50 baby.
50 babies already.
Yes.
Is this where you deliver babies?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah, right here.
Doctor, explain this to me. How did you escape?
Oh, I tried many times. I had failed and lost money too, many times. After that, this time I succeeded.
How much does it cost for one person to leave Vietnam?
At least about 5 gold seed. Vietnamese gold seed. That's about
5 taels of gold?
Yes.
That's about
2,000. That's
5
about
tiles. That's about $2,000.
Yes.
It's about $2,000 for one person to leave.
Yes.
Who gets the money? Government officials?
No.
Our own money.
That's go to the
who do you pay the money to?
The ship owner.
The communist government?
No, the boat
to the boat owner.
Yes.
And the organizers,
Because
there is many chains, many links.
Many links in the chain.
Yes, in the chain.
How do you get from, say, Saigon to the coast when you have to go past a police checkpoint?
Just that we must disguise.
Disguise?
Yes.
What about
black
papers?
workmen.
What about papers?
That we make the phones.
The organizer makes the false papers?
Yes.
When the Americans evacuated Vietnam in April 1975,
Yes.
Why didn't you leave with them?
Oh, nobody, we could not contact her. We could not contact her with American.
You were a lieutenant colonel, senior officer.
No, even
you worked at a hospital.
Many high-ranking officers were left without any help.
Do you think the people of the United States will accept Vietnamese refugees?
In certain cases, I think that they will accept.
In certain cases? Which cases?
Those who have families there, and those who have worked for the Americans, and those who have been in the army.
What about the others who have never worked for Americans, who don't have families there? What happens to them?
I think that the Americans will make a choice and receive them all. Those who haven't been accepted by other countries.
The United States will take all?
Yes.
You really believe that?
I hope.
Before we left, the people of Pulau Bidong asked us if they could send a message to the people of the United States.
We, the 3 members of the Vietnamese Refugee Committee here, on behalf of 23,000 refugees, we would like to give this message. It's only for humanitarian reasons, because we are living in very terrific conditions, and we hope that we will get all the help of the people and the government of the United States. Please help us to survive, so that one day we can live in freedom again, as you all. The United States are our only hope.
We were also given personal messages to take back, and at almost every turn there was always someone with another letter. In all, we collected almost 1,000 pieces of mail. And even as we left, there was just one more.
When this report was first broadcast, CBS News heard from many people who wanted to know whom they could contact to help one of those Vietnamese families. We turned the inquiries over to the International Rescue Committee and would suggest that those of you who are interested now write directly to the International Rescue Committee at Post Office Box 16, Times Square Station, New York City. If what you have just seen, 23,000 refugees living without hope on an island off Southeast Asia, if that stuns you, see if you can come to grips with this. There are now more than 40,000 of them there, still struggling to survive.